Hey, what's going on, y'all? Let's get straight into it. First thing before we get into this review breakdown slash view cap, if you will, did school last 8 hours back in the day? Because I don't think it lasts that long now. Write in the comments, you already know what it is, but let's get straight into it. The plot is five kids in high school, and they all got in trouble somehow that they had to serve after school detention. I immediately see that these five kids are not friends. They from all different walks of life. They got the wrist cutter girl. They got the popular girl. They got the jock. They got the dude that's probably going to serve time in the future. And they have a geeky kid all in this one room serving after school detention. I immediately start thinking, what is the geeky kid here for? So as the movie progressed, I'm feeling what the hell is going on here. The sexual assaults is crazy, and they're just flinging the G word around like it's nothing. But I know, obviously, in the 90s, early 2000s, it was a freer world, simpler times back then. But I felt weird even hearing these things. That's how you know they got us brainwashed on a different level now. This obviously wasn't your regular suspension bunch. A lot of these kids, like I said, is popular or geeky or jocks. You know, jocks usually get away with anything. So that intrigued me enough. Plus, y'all already know these older type movies. My wife, these are her favorites, and I really don't be paying attention to it until I do. Anyway, so the bully grabs everybody else in the room attention. He's entertaining them. It's something about him that has the rest of these people in this room intrigued by him. He have them doing things that basically they would never do in regular life. They're breaking rules. They're having fun. They letting loose. Now, this kid that's entertaining them, I really think he needed mental help. Even the teacher that was watching him during this suspension, he hated this kid. All in all, I was entertained. This movie, long story short, is basically like an unwanted slumber party that your parents make you invite that other person, even though y'all not cool in school. Them spending time together, they realized they had more in common than they thought. Everybody was actually vibing once they got over what they had to get over with, because the bully was, he was an asshole, if you will. So he was coming at everybody in a certain way. But once those walls was kind of broke down, they realized they did have some things in common, and they came to mutual agreement that everybody's basically a human in their own right. This movie basically, to me, falls under The Ledge, Telephone Booth, Fridays. While this might be one of the cheapest but the most profitable type movie, it was only one location, people. They either rented out a school library or rented out a library, and it was basically five students and a janitor and the teacher. So seven cast members and a library. Now let's get to what their budget was. They budget to pay all the actors and the library. It was only $1 million. What they wound up grossing today, $51.1 million. 50x your return. Genius. Now, let's see why these group of savages are all in school suspension. Now, the jock, he's in school suspension basically because he always wants to impress his father. And since he found a target that's weaker than him and basically bullied that kid, he thought his dad would give him kudos and pats on the back, but he didn't actually know that he would feel bad himself about doing that to the weaker kid. So the weaker kid obviously told on him, and that's why he's in school suspension. Next, the geeky kid. Now, he was in school suspension because he got found with a gun on his persons. Later on through the movie, he tells you that he was going to use that gun on himself. So he wasn't going to do a mass shooting. Relax. He was just going to use it on himself because he felt like he didn't want to live the life that he was living. The female cutter, she was in there because she had nothing better else to do. So she got herself in trouble so she could be somewhere. The popular girl, she was caught trying to skip school. And that's why she was serving in school suspension. And then the bully guy. I didn't figure this one out. I had to ask my wife because they actually told why he was in school suspension earlier in the movie. He was in school suspension for pulling the fire alarm. Now, if you ask me, I would have felt like he was the one that was caught with the gun and the geeky kid trying to live out his best life and get some type of reaction out of life itself would have pulled the fire alarm. But obviously, it was completely opposite. And that is my view cap of the movie, The Breakfast Club.